So the $3,508 Bitcoin, is this good, bad, or ugly? I mean, personally, I think that it's beautiful. I'd like to see the $2,000 Bitcoin before things really get up and running. And I think that right now we're in a position that really separates people who are educated in the space from people who get caught up in the got rich quick propaganda of basically the crypto. I mean, this tweet pretty much sums it up. Reminder, your bank is closed today. Good news though, Bitcoin doesn't have hours of operations. I mean, that's a great tweet right there. I think that this one is an interesting tweet. This is kind of the theme of the video, the cycles of what we've been seeing. And, I think that this video is going to be a really great opportunity to talk about the various cycles that the cryptocurrency has been seeing. And personally, obviously, remember this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. Obviously, I'm not your dad. This video is not advice by any means, but I mean, I'm accumulating as much Bitcoin as I can at these low prices as possible. And of course, among my favorite altcoins, I'm filling my bags and getting ready to go to the moon because I think that this video is going to serve as a pretty good time capsule for people to look back on and wish that they were in this community, in actually giving Bitcoin its time, because I could spend all day researching these things, and it fascinates me to see the amount of I mean, people are pretty ignorant when it comes to these new developing spaces. The media can misguide 99% of the people just with a few headlines. And this tweet's actually good too. Definitely looking into getting into a long position on Ethereum. I don't see much more downside for Bitcoin, and Ethereum is on a huge support zone. If this ends, yeah. So I mean, Ethereum pretty cheap right now too, if I do say so myself. I mean, this comment right here is actually pretty interesting. The chance to go moon, as they say, is when capital flows into the dollar from around the world, and hyperinflation hits, and the stock markets, gold, dollar, silver, and BTC will all go to ATH. That's my this commenter's opinion. It's just that, only an opinion, but I think that USA will be the cleanest dirty shirt in the world, and soon. And I think this is interesting because it is something that people have to pay attention to. I know this is kind of off topic, unrelated, but it's totally integral to what we have to talk about. When things are looking good, when the stock market's looking good, money tends to be where things are going. The fact of the matter is, when you're a seasoned veteran trader, you're sort of that Warren Buffett mentality of when everybody else is scared, you're trying to basically be greedy, and when everybody else is being greedy, you're scared. And right now in crypto, people are scared. So I mean, if Warren Buffett's wisdom is any indicator of what a seasoned trader would think like, a crypto currency of resistance, I mean, that's sort of an interesting article, but we're not going to go into it in this video. Cryptocurrency is really not a place where for people with cold feet. Essentially, what we see happen time and time again is people buy some Bitcoin and they hold for a few months, and they see the prices getting hit, left and right, and just like last when we saw Bitcoin cycling up to the high, some of its all-time highs of times past, people tend to buy their Bitcoin, trying to just FOMO back into the space. But it's interesting to think that people still think of their Bitcoin in terms of USD, but I don't think that that's necessarily the correct. It's more of a misnomer to consider Bitcoin in price of the United, USD, or to any realistic valuing it that way is just simply inaccurate. I mean, it's more important to think in terms of Satoshi moving forward. I mean, the fact of the matter is, it's such an early class of, basically when Bitcoin finally does get going, we're going to be seeing some really interesting stories, I'm sure, of people who have failed to, maintain the hope. Obviously, people who are day trading are probably pretty experienced, taking profits on all the different, every time we have a slight upward momentum, there's obviously going to be the hardened veteran class of traders who are ready to accumulate some and then sell off, which is pretty respectable, but at the same time, it's interesting how these different news articles can induce so much panic. I mean, across the board, it's always the same story time and time again. I feel with the news is ready to convince you to sell your Bitcoin. The fact of the matter is, I mean, all these different FOMO articles that are coming out that are trying to shit on Bitcoin and drag the name through the mud. What you don't realize is that they have this access to the same analysis that we do. I mean, you could find any person on YouTube who can read the charts, and you can have the exact same knowledgeability as far as I mean, Bitcoin has done it before. It goes on a massive bull run and then it loses 95% of its value, and then the game just starts all over again. And I think that there's something to be said when people do conduct these sort of market analysis that essentially. Now I want to draw your attention to this video that's been sort of going viral lately, because it's been getting shout outs from a lot of noteworthy cryptocurrency YouTubers. I think the first was Altcoin Daily, who discovered this video by Bob Loukas, where if that's how you pronounce his name, and he essentially is a veteran trader, I believe, basically, and he goes and he talks about these cycles of Bitcoin, which, I mean, if you watch this video, it really does put things into perspective. I mean, some of the comments on this video are pretty amazing, of people saying how this video will be making future people sad, and I think if you guys are interested in really quality cryptocurrency content, it's definitely worth checking out. Then shout out to some of the people in the comments section. I mean, right now it's hard to believe in this chart projections and cycles on this bearish momentum, but I hope in a few years we'll be able to say, remember that cycle video, and be glad to have accumulated. This comment right here is pretty interesting. I believe we're more likely in the area before the final dip relative to the last market cycle, because we have not seen capitulation yet. Massive sell volume accompanied by massive buy volume, and maybe a few minutes to buy the bottom and a few hours to buy within 10%. The pattern forming now is a descending triangle, just like the 6K range, looking to break around March or May. In March and May, I mean, this is I've been looking through my comments as well, because I mean, at this point in crypto, I mean, obviously everybody's got to do their own research when it comes down, but I mean, I always love to read everybody's comments, and I make sure you guys keep putting your comments down on my videos as well, because it's always interesting for me to hear what the community has to say. I pretty much value the average person posting a comment down at the bottom of a video almost more than a mainstream news article that's getting paid to just clickbait in response to what we're seeing, because it's just as likely that we'll see some of these articles that are clickbaiting and these news outlets that are trying to get some of those advertisement dollars from people who might be FOMOing into hearing about the decline of Bitcoin, the plunge, and all these different things. Well, I believe that smart people are accumulating, And it's best, I mean, for long-term holders, I would say it's just important to have that mental stoicism, essentially. I mean, if Bitcoin goes down to 3,000, which is pretty likely, I mean, according to the general opinion, I mean, I'm personally just going to be accumulating more. I'm hoping for a cheaper Bitcoin before the final bull run, end all bull run, but in no circumstance am I selling. I mean, this is unprecedented to see a $3,000 Bitcoin. It's interesting to think about the psychology of the basically the crowd, that then the people, in the public space, when Bitcoin's at $20,000, people are ready to basically cough up $3,000 just for a couple percent of that 20K. But when it finally goes back down to an affordable entry point, such as the likes that we've been seeing for the past few months, people are have cold feet and are not, they see it, a little bit of volatility here and there. Me personally, I find volatility quite sexy. I think volatility is the reason why I'm in the crypto space. For people who are trading in crypto, I mean, there's more opportunities with the amount of volatility that we see to make relatively, significant gains in a short time frame than any other space. I mean, you look at the stock market and people have to jump through so many hoops just to see a couple percentage movement over the course of a year. But in crypto, it's such an early developing space that we do have that opportunity to capitalize if you're in the know, and which is why we'll never abandon the crypto space, because money will move like email. Anybody who says anything to the contrary is living in the past and is holding on to basically I mean, it's beginning to sound like a broken record to hear the people who talk about crypto not having its day of retribution. And we've got Bitcoin will bite the dust sort of articles. 9 cryptocurrency firms sue Washington state utility over 50% rate hike. Bitcoin falls under 3,600 as top cryptocurrencies report moderate losses. 3 billion wiped out. Markets in hours. Bitcoin down to 3,500. Twitch gamer receives around 70,000 in Bitcoin and live stream. The crypto is in the background. The culture is aware of Bitcoin. So I mean, when it rains, it pours, essentially. And what I would say, whether it's going to happen in March or whether we're going to see a subsequent lower, I mean, the $2,000 Bitcoin would be nice for me. I mean, that'd be a great entry point. I mean, still 3,500 seems a little expensive personally, but I'm still accumulating on the dips. I mean, the time to sell was quite a long time ago. And I mean, yeah, so I mean, that's about it for this video. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this content. If you guys are interested in connecting with us, sharing your opinion, make sure that you comment down below, and let us know what you think. And of course, if you guys are interested, you guys can follow us on our Twitter. That's at CryptoTuber. And the link to the Twitter will be in the description, along with the link to this video right here, which I think is worth your time. It's a 25-minute video, but sometimes I watch these things on 2 times fast forward speed. I mean, it's a real great feature on YouTube, so you can kind of just breeze through the content and hear a million different things all at once. But anyways, that's all for now. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure that you subscribe and all that stuff. And yeah, see you guys later. Have a good one.